Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be about red flags, as we often believe that when we had those little niggles of doubt that we ignored the red flags. However, more often than not, we didn't ignore the red flags. We didn't have the life skills to have the understanding of what those red flags were telling us. Life lessons are often our greatest teacher, and unfortunately some of those life lessons come from living through pain. Red flags are warning signs, and they are amazing when we have the knowledge to have the understanding of what those red flags are telling us. When we have the knowledge to recognise that we need to proceed with caution. However, the aim of a manipulator is to deceive, to exploit people for their own advantage, with a lack of empathy to care for how their behaviour affects the people they are deceiving. Narcissistic people enter your lives full of white flags. They love bomb you, they flatter you, they constantly want to spend time with you, they might buy you excessive gifts. And as people can pay people compliments, as people can want to spend time with other people, as people can want to buy people gifts, part of the love languages, when a narcissist is doing this to manipulate, to deceive, to get their own needs met, the narcissist behaviour is often mistaken for the honeymoon period, the excitement of a new relationship. And as we're receiving the attention from them, we can then fall into the trap of giving attention to them, even if we feel uncomfortable, because we don't know why we feel uncomfortable, because we don't know we're with a manipulative person. We think that we're the ones that are overreacting. We don't recognise what those red flags are telling us. We don't recognise that those red flags are telling us that we need to take it slow and see how the relationship develops. Because a narcissist is mirroring us, they are matching us like for like. They will like everything we like, they will dislike everything that we dislike, they will want the same things as us, and as we've no evidence to say otherwise, we are led to believe within them. So when we feel a bit icky around them, we don't recognise why we feel icky around them. Because the narcissist is mirroring to sell us an illusion of who the narcissist is, based on who we are and based on who we would like the narcissist to be. They are asking us the questions, the right questions, to get the information, to turn that information to use against us so that they can exploit us. Narcissists will exaggerate their achievements so that we look up to them. We believe they're a genuine person. Narcissists will pity play to draw on our empathy, so we feel compassion towards them. We want to help them out. We care about them. They open up vulnerabilities, but not their own vulnerabilities, usually vulnerabilities that they've planted into other people. The behaviour, how they've treated another person and how they've made another person feel, is what they will be telling you how that other person treated them and how that other person made them feel, to open up their false vulnerabilities, to hide their real vulnerabilities, so that we empathise with them, we care for them, we want what's best for them. Narcissists will future fake to influence us into believing that they want the same things as us. So when they break a promise, when a red flag shows, we believe that we've let them down. We don't recognise they've broken a promise on us, because they twist it, they turn it, they blame us for why they broke the promise. So as we have been influenced into believing that they want the same things as us, we work harder to please them. And when we work harder to please them, they reward us, which reinforces within our mind that it's not a red flag as such, that we made a mistake and we need to work harder to please them so that we can create that future that we both want together, that we both talked about, that we both had an idea in our minds of where we would like to go, not realising that the narcissist only said this to sell us an illusion to get their needs met in the present. Which is why it's incredibly difficult to walk away, because not only are we walking away from our dreams, our future plans, we also feel like we're letting them down. We feel guilty for walking away from them, not recognising that it's not their future plans. Their plans were to exploit us. Because every time things don't work out with a narcissist projects onto us, they gaslight us, they shift the blame onto us so that we take accountability not only for our mistakes, our errors in judgment, but also the narcissist. The narcissist fails to take responsibility. They never receive any consequences for their actions, therefore they do not change their behaviour. They just learn they can get away with their behaviour. Just like hindsight is a wonderful thing, it's easy to recognise red flags. It's easy to recognise a situation that you were once in once you've lived through it and come out of the other side and put the pieces together of exactly what happened to you. It's easy to recognise the red flags once we have the knowledge of the understanding of what those red flags were actually telling us. Unfortunately, a narcissist comes along and sells us their admiration face. They raise us up, they lift us so high, they train us, they condition us to see the good within them. And then when they reveal their envious face, they blame us for it. And because we can see the good within them, we believe we're responsible for their bad. So we work harder to please them, to get their good side back out of them, not realising that their good side was their manipulation method so that they can extract what they want from us. Narcissistic people come along and turn the most independent people into codependent people. They turn the most secure people into the most insecure people. They turn those who have friends and family into introverts who are isolated from support. They turn extroverted people into introverted people. Narcissists come along and they take your trust and train you into no longer knowing how to trust or who to trust. And then they play the victim and blame it all on us, leaving us to work harder to make it up to them because we feel bad for how they've treated us, not recognising that that's how they're treating us, believing it's how we're treating them through their gaslighting, through their projection, through their triangulation, through their silent treatment, through their many manipulative games. It's not ignoring the red flags that cost you. It's not having the knowledge of what these red flags are. It's wanting to see the good in them that they sold us. It's not having the understanding that people like this exist as our friends, our family, our neighbours, our co-workers, our bosses, our teachers. It's not having the understanding of the manipulation tactics that they use. Once we do have the knowledge to see the red flags, once we do have the understanding to know what those red flags mean, then we have the power to make a choice to walk away and no longer play. When we don't have the knowledge, we don't have the power. And even when you have the knowledge, you are the one that's got to make a choice to make life work for you and stop letting it work against you. Pain is a horrible thing. Pain is something that we all have to deal with in life, and it's not about what happens to us, it's about what we do about it. So no, most people don't ignore the red flags. They just don't have the life skills to have the understanding, to have the knowledge of what those red flags are warning them about. It's only after the event, after the situation, that we can then look back, because we have the knowledge then, we have the understanding to go, saw that red flag, but I didn't know what it meant. I remember feeling uneasy then, but I didn't know why. It's afterwards we understand why, and it's afterwards that we put the pieces together to make sure we don't end up in that situation ever again. I shall add the playlist into the description on the cycle of a narcissistic relationship, the playlist on how they love bomb, mirror and future fake, and the video on how a narcissist uses reward punishment and those intermittent reinforcements to confuse us, to train us to see the good, our good in them, and their bad within us. Thank you very much for listening. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.